Hi soulmates, welcome to class. So this is the beautiful top that we're going to be making, a lower twist body top that we're going to be making. If this is what you would like, please kindly watch this video to the end so that you get the best part of it. So here I have the paper I want to use. I'm going to draft on paper first before I transfer it to my fabric. Okay, so here is assumed to be my half scale bodice, or wherever I want the top to be. It must not be a half scale bodice. Okay, so wherever I want the top to stop, this is what I have. All right, so I'm going to locate the midpoint of the paper like so and connect it from the armhole. Now it's not a must that you connect from the armhole. You can actually lower where you want to connect it depending on the height or the length of the blouse that you're making. All right, so because I have something short, that's why I'm doing it this way. So from the midpoint of the waistline, I'm going to slash to the armhole area like so into two places. Make sure they are coming from the same point at the lower part. So I'll slash it open like so. And once this is done, I'm going to insert a paper under it to stabilize it, and of course to extend the front part of it, the place that I slashed, so that I can extend the paper or the twist. All right, so I'm using my tape to masking tape or solo tape to tape it down so that it aligns with the paper before I go ahead to mark out the lines that I want to mark. So you might want to do the same thing so that the paper is stabilized. Now I'll put a notch where this paper is stopping like so and mark it. Okay, now after marking it, I'm just deciding to highlight it so that you see the area that is placed on the new paper. So I'm going to measure what I have below from the CF. From this point, I'm going to measure down to the side. Okay, whatever I have there, that is what I'll measure from this front to extend the paper and mark. I also measure it on that other point and mark to wherever it stops. Now there two are supposed to be on the same line, but because I'm having a short or small paper, the measurement did not actually align, and it also affected while I was cutting on the fabric. So make sure your measurements are so accurate. Okay, so I'll connect it this way. You can see how it's looking. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out the excess, the part that is not needed. That is the extra sheets that was added that is not needed to the measurements that we have, right? I'll just cut it out, connecting it to the new paper that we just added. You can see the way it is. Then I'll also um, cut the lower parts. I hope I'm not forgetting what I wanted to say. So I will now cut the lower part like so. We're still trimming the paper that is not needed. So the part that is not needed is what we are cutting out. So once we finish cutting out, this is what is left. Of course, this part is what we need, and we're going to be transferring it to our fabric exactly the way it is. But make sure you add your seam allowance at the CF because we're going to be sewing on it. And also on the sides, just add your seam allowance the normal way you should add your seam allowance. So this is cut on fold and the CF is open. So we're going to be sewing half an inch like so. From the neck point, we're going to stop at this point where you have this curve before the extension. So once we have it, then we're going to put a notch there where our sewing stops so that when we open it up, it's going to relax very well. All right, so open it up this way. Now this is where the magic happens. We're going to make a twist, and that twist is what it is. So I'll pick one part of this extension fold it over and twist it to the other side, like just bring it over to this other side, take the other one and bring it over to this other side. Okay, so we're going to put it together like right side to right side. You can see the way I folded it over. Okay, so I'm now going to sew it to this main fabric and make sure we stop at the part where we have the notch. So I'm going to use my pins to hold them up together, right? What you do on one part is what you're going to do on the next part. Notice the way I am fixing it, okay, before you turn it to the other way around. Okay, so just notice the way I'm fixing it. Use your pins to match them up first. See what you're sewing before you proceed to going to the sewing machine to actually put them together. So once I finish matching up, now I'm now going to go to the sewing machine to actually join them together and sew. This is actually a very simple top to make, but if you do not know how to make it, you think it's that difficult. It's not that difficult. It's quite easy and simple. So if you've watched to this extent, I implore you to kindly subscribe to this channel. And if you've subscribed, thank you so much and hope you're enjoying the videos that you are watching. Okay, now like I told us that my paper did not match up, it's going to affect the measurements. If you look at one part, one edge, you can see that the twist did not meet up. Okay, so when you have your own, make sure the paper is enough to accommodate the extension that you have on both sides, on both edge. So this is it. I'll now go over and join them on the sewing machine. You can see the way it's looking. Now when you're making this design, always use a fabric that is fluffy. Use a fabric that is very light, something like chiffon, something like very soft crepe. Okay, it's going to come out really well when you use a fluffy fabric. This is a satin and it has strength. That's why it's not falling the way it's supposed to. But anyway, this is how it is. Thank you so much for watching this video and I hope you learned from it. Bye.